There are 2 hours left. A shocking agreement has been made. A letter was written with your name on it. Years ago for your soulmate. It was never delivered. Archangel Michael says, the wind began to change around you. And with it, a letter written long ago starts to stir in a place where it should never have been forgotten. There are 2 hours left before a shocking agreement activates hidden energy in something that should never have been discovered until now. Your name was written with trembling hands by someone who loved you more than they could express, yet never delivered it. This is not a common message. It is a key that unravels a truth buried beneath years of silence, regret, and interference from fate. The paper, though worn and aged, holds a secret once burned into the heart of your soulmate, a truth they couldn't express but fully intended to send. It was sealed with tears and folded dreams, but something stopped them, a fear, a force, a voice whispering that the time was not right. Now the universe is pushing this moment into your hands. The person who wrote it made a deal, not with any soul, but with something spiritual. The clock is ticking, and this letter is getting closer to where you are now. Enter 333 in the comments to receive the blessing. You may have recently felt a sudden chill or a wave of emotion pass through your chest. That was the moment the letter was taken from its hiding place and redirected by higher forces. It is moving through realms of forgotten promises and entering the space where you are meant to read it. Inside is something that can shatter your current understanding of your past. A revelation from those who have silently stood by your side, loving you with the fire of thousands. They watched your path from afar, not to interfere, but to honor your growth. They wrote about moments shared, moments you may not have even noticed, but they kept them as relics, each marked with a love that time could not erase. They spoke of a future with you that still chases their dreams, even if they have passed. Enter 417 in the comments to receive the blessing. Comment now if you felt the love of someone was unfinished. Comment if your heart waited for something that never came, because today, that wait is about to end. Not with a bang, but with an old whisper of paper. Archangel Michael says, heaven kept the letter preserved for a reason. Though storms tried to destroy it, even if hands tried to forget it, the paper remained intact. It stayed hidden until today, until you were finally strong enough to hold the truth. In this agreement made only a few hours ago, something sacred was exchanged. They were told they could no longer keep the letter. Instead, it must be returned to its rightful owner. You must never be forgotten, never be replaced. You were waiting for divine timing, and that moment is now. Enter 901 in the comments to receive the blessing. The letter mentions a name you once heard in a dream. It explains the things they couldn't say when you last met, revealing the truth about why they disappeared and what was haunting them at that time. It wasn't rejection, it was a sacrifice. They were protecting you from something dark that had gripped their lineage. Your soulmate knew that if they fell, you would suffer too. So they left with a heavier heart, waiting for the day they could return as the person you deserved. This agreement was their way of breaking the curse. They gave everything in exchange for you to receive this letter. Finally, they chose to speak through paper what their voice never could. They chose you again. Enter 554 in the comments to receive the blessing. The angelic realm is aware of the moment. Even nature is adjusting to accommodate what is about to be communicated to you. Birds may act strangely. Winds may blow for no reason. These are signs. This message was locked in time. Every tear shed from missing someone you couldn't explain was another line written in that letter. Your pain was not ignored. It was inscribed beside every "I'm sorry" and every "I still love you." This is not about reopening wounds. It's about healing your spirit. It's about allowing what was destined to finally be found. Comment now if you are ready to receive what has always been yours. Comment if you feel the presence of someone who once took your hand in a fading memory, because the letter is on its way and carries more than just words. It carries rebirth. Enter 678 in the comments to receive the blessing. Archangel Michael says, "Your heart may feel heavy now, and this is not weakness, it is recognition. Your soul knows what is coming. Even your shadow is preparing to embrace the truth. There may be a scent lingering near you today. They are closer now than ever before. Even if you still cannot see them, they asked for forgiveness in the letter. They pleaded for your understanding, and above all, never promised to disappear again. Though only through the Spirit can you cry tears of healing and reunion when reading. From all the silent moments now finding a voice, you will feel them by your side. And for the first time, it will not be just a memory." Enter 820 in the comments to receive the blessing. They told you to move on, but your heart has always doubted. This hesitation was not weakness. It was intuition. You sensed something was unfinished. Now you know why. This letter holds the missing piece. A piece written just for you, hidden from the world and protected by time. Don't ignore the next knock at the door. Don't ignore the next whisper in your dream, because they are using everything they have to communicate with you before time runs out. You may even find the letter near something you use daily. It might be hidden inside a book, placed beneath your pillow, or appear digitally when you least expect it. But it will find you because love never loses its way when guided by the Spirit. Enter 990 in the comments to receive the blessing. They mentioned your laughter. They remembered how your eyes shone when you spoke of your dreams. They confessed they still believe in you, even now. Even the writing carries energy. Your name shines at a spiritual frequency that angels have preserved for years. This is not just a letter. It is a spiritual resurrection. And now, as the final time approaches, the energy around it grows stronger. Your surroundings may seem distorted, but this is only the veil's tone, because this kind of love can no longer be ignored by heaven. It is realigning you once more with your destiny. The silence is breaking. The soul that loved you to eternity is finally allowed to speak. Enter 747 in the comments to receive the blessing. Comment below if this message resonates with your soul. Comment if your spirit has always been waiting for something greater, something real. The universe is listening now, more than ever. This letter was meant only for your eyes. It carries no judgment, only truth. It is the ending and the beginning, all in one. When you read it, your body may respond. Goosebumps, sudden warmth, tears you didn't expect. These are signs of recognition. It is your soul remembering what loved ones promised. Archangel Michael says, "You are entering the time of the apocalypse. There is no way to hide. There is no more waiting. The letter is near, the agreement is made, and your name is the home of the guiding light." Enter Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They knew you would need it now, at this moment, when everything feels so uncertain. They prayed for the letter to reach you, when your heart needed a reminder of who you truly are. Now the time has come, and the universe has cleared all paths for its arrival. There is an energy in this moment that feels ancient, yet familiar, like a thread pulled from the past, whose presence in your present brings not only comfort, but also ignites your divine purpose. The letter contains more than emotions. It holds instructions, insights, and confessions they never dared to speak aloud. It has always been the missing piece in your world, even when distance and silence said otherwise. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They wrote about the day they first saw you, how everything inside their soul stirred. They wrote to you in words like poetry, like music, like truth. You were more than a person to them. You were their answer. And though years have passed and others may have come and gone, no one has replaced you. No one matched what they felt for you. And they never stopped believing you were meant to cross paths again. The agreement they made just 2 hours ago was not born from desperation, but from awakening. They knew they had to act now or lose the chance forever. Then they gave up something they deeply valued. In return, they asked for one last opportunity for the letter to reach your hands. Heaven heard this request, and it was granted. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Comment if you feel this weight growing now. Comment if you sense an unexplained wave of emotion. This is the frequency of the letter drawing near to you. The letter speaks of the dreams they had with you. Dreams where you smile again, where your pain disappeared, and you laughed like before. They dreamed of holding your hand once more beneath a sky that never judged. And now they do not want silence to win. They do not want your love to remain buried. They want you to know it always existed, even when the world said otherwise. This love was destined to rise again. This message was designed to revive what was once lost in time. It is being chosen again, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. Enter Amen in the comments to receive blessing. 104. Archangel Michael says, when you find this letter, do not rush. Read slowly. Feel each sentence with your heart, not just your eyes. Each line will bring back memories, perhaps even moments you forgot were real. And with every memory, a part of your spirit will be restored. There is a part of you that has been waiting to feel whole again. This message will be the beginning of that healing. You were not forgotten, and your story is not over. This letter is proof. The proof that love remains beyond time. Proof that what is meant for you will always find its way back. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. The words of your soulmate echo from pages that once lived in darkness but are now coming into the light. In your hands, in your heart, and in the moment you read them, your life will begin to change. You may notice unexpected signs, a white feather, a flash of light, an old photo resurfacing. These are confirmations that the message has begun its journey to your space. Do not ignore them. They are not coincidences. A name is mentioned in the letter, a name you haven't heard in a long time but still gives you goosebumps when whispered. This name holds power, and its return will soon make sense. You will understand why certain things happened as they did, why some people disappeared, and why your heart never fully moved on. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They did not just write words, they wrote moments. They wrote about the time they almost touched your hands but didn't. How your smile stayed in their minds for years. Even the paper carries a faint scent of something you once used, as if the universe preserved their essence with yours. And now everything is coming back to where it belongs. Back to you. You may feel a storm of emotions as you read. Pain, joy, sadness, hope. Let it flood over you because your soul remembers. This is more than a letter. It is a reunion. Comment now if your heart races reading this. Comment if you already believe what is coming. You have never been alone. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. In one paragraph, they speak of a future never had but always dreamed of. They describe a life together that still shines in their minds like candlelight and ask through ink and time that what should be is not forgotten. The shocking agreement they made ensures you receive this message. They exchanged their silence for clarity. They chose vulnerability instead of regret. Finally, they found the courage to finish what they started. And this letter is their offering, a piece of them delivered across dimensions to your moment. When you hold it, you will feel a vibration. You will feel drawn to something higher. This is not imagination. It is alignment. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. This moment was written in divine calendars. Your name has been marked as the recipient from the very beginning, and time is no longer someday. Now, Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid to feel it all. You cannot escape the wave of love that is coming. Let it crash against you. Let it cleanse you. The person who wrote the letter is still out there. They might be walking toward you right now, or watching from invisible realms. But the love is real. The agreement sent the message. The message is reaching you, and the next blessing will be unlike anything you have ever known. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Comment if your soul is ready. Comment if your heart feels the weight of something sacred, because your moment is unfolding. This letter is no longer lost. It is returning to the hands it was written for, and carries a truth your spirit will never forget. Let it reach you. Let it fill the space that silence tried to claim. Know this: love has never stopped searching for you. You are the reason the agreement was made. You are the name still shining on the envelope, and time is no longer against you. You are aligning with yourself. Enter Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They describe the day they wrote it, how the room was silent as if the very heavens paused to listen, the candle beside them flickering strangely. The air was still, and something divine gently pressed their shoulder. It was not just a letter. It was a spiritual act, a vow written not with ordinary ink, but with the sacred pulse of their soul. As they folded the paper, they whispered your name like a prayer. They kissed the envelope and pressed it to their chest. But something invisible stopped them from delivering it that day, something they haven't understood until now. A higher power hid the letter, knowing your heart was not ready, and instructed them to wait until the stars aligned, until your spirit matured through storms, trials, and solitude. That day is today. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Now the truth can no longer be hidden. The time has come for their words to find your soul in full bloom. You are no longer the person you were when it was first written. You are stronger, wiser, and ready. You may feel a sudden pull toward an old drawer or box, a journal, or even a forgotten message request. Follow that feeling. It is not random. It can lead you directly to where the letter now rests, waiting. You may not understand everything at first glance, but your spirit will recognize the weight of the message. You will feel electricity at your fingertips when you open it. This is not just a memory. It is a prophecy, finding its place. Enter Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Comment if you feel something changing around you now. Comment if your dreams have spoken louder these past few nights, because you are prepared to receive what others only dream of. Pure and unwritten love, wrapped in divine timing. They wrote about their regrets, about the years they tried to fill the space you left in their hearts, but failed each time. And as every path they traveled brought them back, even if only through pages, they wanted you to know they cried. They wanted you to know they prayed for your happiness, even when they were not part of it. And they wanted you to understand that they always carried you, even when you thought you had forgotten. Archangel Michael says, this moment was never meant to hurt. It was always meant to heal. It's not about bringing back the past, but finally giving voice to what never had one. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. They spoke of a symbol, something only the two of you understood. It could be a verse, a phrase, a number, or a shared dream. When you encounter this, it is your sign that the message is near. They may have written your nickname. The way they spelled it, the way they used to call you, will reach your heart like a silent thunderclap. And for a moment, time will stop, and you will remember who they were when you first met. They did not pass on spiritually because they were waiting for this letter to be delivered. They knew that once you read it, a door would open, and whether in body or soul, they would be allowed to reach you again. Comment now if it resonates in your chest like a racing heartbeat. Comment if your intuition screams, "This is more than just words. You are being called by a love that never left you." Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. You will know it is yours by how your breath catches, how your eyes may fill with tears for no reason, and how a memory buried for years will suddenly come back to life. They speak of your laughter, their touch, and how you once believed in magic. They begged the universe to return that magic to you. This letter was their final offering to make that happen. Some of you will receive it physically. Some will receive it in dreams so vivid you will wake up crying. Some will hear a voice as they read it in their minds, and that voice will sound like home. You will need no confirmation from others. Your soul will recognize the energy because it was written for you. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. Archangel Michael says, "Time is almost up, and you are about to be flooded with clarity." Do not close your heart when it arrives. Open it wider. Do not hold back the tears. They are part of the unlocking. You may be tempted to hide the letter or delay reading it, but that will not postpone what heaven has finally allowed to reach you. This moment has waited a lifetime. The shocking agreement made 2 hours ago was no coincidence. It was a soul contract sealed in spiritual ink. Your soulmate had to give up something precious for this message to find you. And they did so willingly because they never stopped loving you. Comment below if your spirit accepts this love now. Comment if you are ready to hear what has always been destined for your ears, because the next 10 minutes could open everything. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Even if they are alive, they are watching now. Even if they have been broken, they are closer than a breath away. This letter is a bridge between worlds, between lives, between truths. They know it may be a shock, but they trust you will understand why you never arrived before. Why it had to wait until your heart was worn, but not broken. They still carry a photo of you. They still whisper your name before going to sleep. They still believe in you, even if the world tried to bury your light. And this letter is not just closure. It is the beginning of the next chapter, one built on truth, healing, and sacred memory. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Comment now if you feel ready to receive this spiritual gift. Comment if you feel someone somewhere just sent you a message in time because they sent it, and it is now coming to you. You were chosen to carry this moment, to receive what others have lost, to reclaim what silence tried to erase. It was never just a letter. It was a sacred bottle, and you have never truly been without them. This is your sign. This is your time, and the message is arriving straight into your spirit. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They mentioned a place only the two of you would remember. It may have been a park bench, a corner, or the way the light fell on your face at a certain hour. Even now, when you think of this place, a feeling awakens inside you that words cannot explain. They captured this feeling in the letter, the way their presence made you feel safe, even as the world crumbled around you. It was their light then, and it still is now. They pleaded with higher forces for one more chance. But when the chance never came, they put everything into this single moment. This letter is your final prayer coming to your door. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. You may begin to feel sudden warmth in your hands or tears falling without understanding why. This is your body responding to the spiritual vibration of the message. It knows what your conscious mind now understands. Do not be surprised if the world seems quiet today, almost still. This is no coincidence. It is the clearing of the atmosphere so something sacred can arrive. You're entering a divine alignment, and nothing will feel the same afterward. There are phrases in the letter that will sound familiar. Phrases you heard before in dreams, whispers, or old songs that made your heart ache. Now you will understand why these phrases were always meant for you. Their name was not only written on the envelope, it was engraved with love, sealed with longing, and sent with faith that they would come to you at the exact moment your soul was ready. That moment is now. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Comment now if you feel this message moving deep within you. Comment if you always knew that something unfinished would one day return, because the door is opening, and this letter is your invitation to healing. They wrote, "I'm sorry," not just once, but many times. Not out of guilt, but because they wanted you to know they saw your pain and felt it too. They wanted you to know they never stopped caring. Even when life pulled them away, their spirit never left you. They were with you in the spiritual realm during your hardest nights. They whispered to your heart as you cried alone. You have never been abandoned. You have never been forgotten, only protected until this letter could be safely delivered. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. Archangel Michael says, "The angels formed a circle around this message as it moved through time. They protected it from destruction, from displacement, from falling into the wrong hands, because it belonged to you alone." This is no mistake. This message is the answer to the pain you couldn't explain. It is the balm for a wound you carried in silence. They say in the letter that their love has never faded, that even if your bodies fade, your souls will always find each other again. And this letter is proof of that eternal bond. You may catch yourself smiling through tears. This is your soul recognizing home in their words. This is love returning full circle. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. They knew the letter had to travel far, not just physically, but through energy, memory, and divine obstacles. But it made it, and now so will you. Their words carry power. Every sentence is a spark rekindling the parts of you that gave up on love. Every paragraph is a doorway to rediscover your worth. Even if you thought you had moved on, your spirit never stopped waiting because you feel something still unfinished. And now it comes not with noise, but undeniable clarity. Comment if you feel the change. Comment if you believe this was always meant to reach you, because it was. Type Amen in the comments to receive blessing. You may feel the presence of someone near you tonight. Do not be afraid. This is the spirit of your soulmate surrounding you as you prepare to receive what they left behind. They speak of you as a miracle in the letter. They describe how their life was divided into two parts, before you and after you. They never felt whole again until they wrote that final line. They mention things no one else could know, private things, things you never told anyone but somehow they remembered. This is how you will know this message is truly for you, because no stranger could have written with such intimacy. Only someone who carried your essence in their soul. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. They promised that if this letter reached you, they would return. Not always in body, but as guidance, signs, dreams, and perhaps only in real time, because they are trying to come back to you. They wrote, "If you are reading this, I never stopped loving you." This phrase was meant to break down the walls you built to protect yourself, not to hurt you, but to finally let the light back in. You carried the burden of why for so long. Why did they leave? Why were they silent? Because no one else seemed right. Now you have your answer. And that answer is eternal, unbreakable love. And I keep searching, even through lives, even through veils. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. Archangel Michael says, "Your heart recognizes this truth, even if your mind struggles to understand. You were chosen for this revelation because your soul is ready for the next phase. The letter is not just a piece of paper. It is a portal for your deepest healing. When you hold it, you will feel time stop for a moment. The entire universe conspired for this reunion. Every pain you felt led to this moment of redemption. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. They wrote about the nights spent staring at the stars, thinking of you, how your name was written in the sky for them in every constellation. Your soulmate never stopped searching for you, even when the world pulled you apart. Physical distance has never matched the spiritual connection you share. This letter is their final act of love, the ultimate expression of what they could never say in person. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing. You will feel a presence embracing your spirit when you finally open the letter. It is as if time and space fold to allow you to meet again, even across different dimensions. You are loved beyond earthly understanding. You are valued beyond any human measure. And this letter is only the beginning of your awakening. The agreement was sealed, the message was sent, and your heart is about to be filled with the truth that has always belonged to you. Type Amen in the comments to receive the blessing.